In today's video, we'll be taking a look at what you're seeing on the screen. This is going to be a money-making method video, and this, I would say, probably is the most efficient and the best money-making method for invite-only lobbies and even for public lobbies in GTA Online. And I'll be talking about what you're seeing. I'll be talking about the tips and giving some more and just best explaining how you should go about doing this. But the reason I want to show this right off the bat is so if you want, you can bookmark this video. If you forget the steps, then you can just come back to the video and then it's right at the beginning for you to look at. I'll leave a link in the description to the guy who made this picture, but it's pretty much going off of what the original VIP wave method was. We're just adding some new things to it. So you can see, running through the list before we get into any gameplay, you have to be a CEO. That's like first and foremost. Once you do that, then you start the Headhunter mission. Complete that. That should take no time at all. Then we're going to get into the Terabyte mission. So you are going to need to purchase a Terabyte for this, and that does cost a little bit of money. Once you get it all set up, then you're going to do the robbery in progress. It's a very simple mission. Shouldn't take any time at all, really. Then you do Sightseer right after. Then we're going to do diamond shopping. Then we're going to go back and do Headhunter. Then we're going to do the Terabyte targeted data mission. Then we're going to do Sightseer. Then we're going to do the final Terabyte mission, the data sweep. Then we're going to do Headhunter to repeat this entire list. Now, going through those steps, it took me about 40 minutes, and we'll get into the specifics of how much money you make. But running through the tips that he provided, he says use an Oppressor Mark II. Yes, you should be doing that all the time now. You actually don't need to use the Terabyte or the drones for the client missions, and I'll show some examples of that in a second. And then, like most things, do it with some friends, and you can go by even quicker. And the final thing, this can be done in an invite-only lobby. You don't need to be in a public lobby to do any of this. Although, some things I will mention, they only can be done in a public lobby. So if you want to add some more money to the amount you make per hour, then you're going to have to do this in a public lobby. But if you do a solo public lobby, then it's a win-win. Now we'll get into some gameplay. You're just going to see some of these missions, and I just want to explain sort of the process and how it works with the Oppressor Mark II and the speed glitch. If you don't know how to do that, I made a video a couple days ago. I will try and find it and link it in the description. It's almost necessary because some of these missions have you going across the entire map, and with the Oppressor Mark II speed boost glitch, you could go across the map in only a couple of seconds. So it's very, very convenient. And in an invite-only session, you don't have to worry about people shooting you down. So that's like the first thing. The second thing with Headhunter and with Sightseer, the two VIP jobs, these are very easy to do on the Oppressor Mark II. One, for the Headhunter missions, because of the missiles, you can just lock on. And then for the Sightseer, it's kind of boring, but there's no NPCs that actually shoot at you. So it's kind of a good just cooling down period in between all these other missions where people shoot at you. Now, as for the Terabyte jobs, those are relatively easy, although the last one, I think it's like the data breach. You have to actually get inside of the car it tells you to, so you can't use your oppressor. That's the only annoying part about it. But for the most part, everything was very easy to do by myself. I even had a friend help me with a few of them, but it's very easy to do solo if you're on the Oppressor Mark II. And it took me 40 minutes. And in the 40 minutes, I did, some quick math, and I took the amount of money I had before I started and the amount of money I had after, and it was roughly $250,000 that I made in 40 minutes. Now, this is GTA Online. You're not going to be making millions of dollars unless you glitch and do other things, but that's risky. So if you want to be a legit player, then this is what we're going to have to do. So you make around like $230,000 to $250,000 in 40 minutes. So if you add that all up, in an hour, you're making about $350,000 to $360,000, maybe $370,000. You're making a really good amount of money per hour. Now, if you want, you can actually bump this number up by quite a bit if you take advantage of some of the other businesses. That number, that $350,000, $360,000, $70,000, that's only by doing these jobs. But if you want to add an import and export delivery, then that'll add $80,000. If you want to sell some of your gun running stock, that'll add maybe another couple of $100,000. If you want to, well, your nightclub's making money if it's popular, so that'll add another couple of thousands of dollars, right? Then you have your nightclub stock. all while you're doing this stuff, that stuff's being made. So in the end, that'll add another maybe million or two, maybe not per hour, obviously, but it'll add in the total amount a million or two. You have the biker businesses, if those are going for you, right? You have all these other businesses that while you're making this per hour, they can be running with you. So in the end, you know, if you all average it down, I think, you know, you could probably end up making like $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 per hour if you do this in a solo public lobby. You do what I showed you, and then you do some of these other businesses. A lot of people think it is really hard to make money, and they're not technically wrong. Like, it is kind of annoying to make money in GT Online, but with some of these methods, it definitely simplifies things to a pretty easy to understand level that I think anyone should be able to grasp. Now, some little tips going back to that. With the terabyte missions, since some of these have you going all over the map, what you want to do, because you have to get inside the terabyte to start the mission, make sure you return it to your storage after the terabyte missions are over. So when you start Headhunter or when you start Sightseer, just return the terabyte to your storage so you can quickly call it again once that next mission is done and you have to go back inside the terabyte. Also, whenever you're at your terabyte on your Oppressor Mark II, go inside. When you go inside, it actually refills the missiles on the Oppressor Mark II, so you'll never run out. Another thing, like the picture at the beginning mentioned, you don't actually need to enter the terabyte when it says to. Just do that for a second so you can see where the location is that you're going on the map, mark it, and then just drive there with your oppressor. And you don't need to do what it tells you to do. You don't need to use the drone. You don't need to hack anything. You can just go in there guns a-blazing and kill people that way and get the mission done. Another thing, if you do Sightseer or the Headhunter mission too quickly, then when you go back inside of your terabyte to start one of the terabyte jobs, you may notice that there is still a cooldown time. And you can either wait that out, or if you have a friend, then you can tell him to call his terabyte and you can do a terabyte mission through him instead of through you. I think you get paid the same amount, so it really doesn't matter. And also on that front, the last mission, like I mentioned, the data breach one, it was kind of annoying because, one, you had to go scan cars, and two, once you scanned it and found the right car, you had to take that car and drive it back instead of your oppressor. So if you had a friend, then you could just redo one of the other three that you really liked that you maybe found was a lot easier. So you can, you know, mix things up. Obviously, this is just a template for you to add or subtract whatever you want, but it is a really good template and it can make you a decent amount of money in a pretty short time. Anyway, that is it with the video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask away in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy the video and found it helpful, then please drop it a like. I'd appreciate that. And subscribe to my channel if you are new so you don't miss out on any of my other GTA videos. Thank you all for watching though, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.